Hey guys, my name's Thomas, or better known on the World Wide Web as Thomas in Action, and you're watching the Tiege Hanley channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering 10 different hairstyles for men that women and men are going to love. You see, it doesn't really matter if your hair is short, long, medium, fat, skinny, curly, wavy, or even straight. There is a ton of styles out there that you can play around with to look your best, and it's going to give you the best chances of grabbing the attention of that special somebody that you've been crushing on lately. The first thing I do need to tell you before we even think about looking at styles is making sure that your hair is in really good condition, and I'm very serious about this. If your hair's not in good condition, it's not going to matter what style you're going to choose, your hair won't look its best, believe me. So when it comes to keeping your hair healthy, a great place to start is just doing some extra research on your particular hair type. The reason being is not all hair types require the same products for maintenance, so by figuring out what your hair type is, you'll then be in a better position to know what you need to be using long term and getting your hair under control. Another good rule of thumb as well is to not wash your hair too much. Daily washing can really dry it out, and the more you wash it, the more hair fall you're going to get, and the more hair fall we have, that contributes to hair looking thinner and more lifeless. Also, I know this video isn't about skin, but the perfect duo for great hair is great skin, so just make sure you're doing the basics to take care of your skin every single day, and you only need one thing: Tiege Hanley. Right, now let's get into these hairstyles. So, seeing as I'm running the show today, I thought we'd break into these hairstyles and put them into categories. We are going to start with a list of longer hairstyles first, then we're going to go to the medium hairstyles, and then we'll move on to the shorter hairstyles later. Let's go. So, hairstyle number one, and probably my personal favorite, if you couldn't already tell, it's the man bun. The man bun certainly requires thicker skin than most other male hairstyles, but if you wear it correctly with confidence, you can certainly turn heads and make a good impression. The most popular style of the man bun that usually make the ladies salivate is the messy man bun with the facial hair. Also, this look is quite rugged and unkept, but it actually takes a great deal of patience and perseverance to actually get to the point where a man bun looks good. Take it from me personally, it is difficult to grow your hair out and go through that awkward stage, but once you finally get through it, it is definitely worth it. Hairstyle number two on the list is the natural look. So this is the look where length and luscious curls meet perfection. Although this hairstyle can require a bit more maintenance, it looks great, and it doesn't look like you've gone through too much effort to look good, which I guess is a nice balance and something that us males like to work towards. On top of that, just like the man bun, this style looks really, really good when accompanied with facial hair or a full beard, and it's definitely one of those styles that girls, or women, are just going to love to run their fingers through, provided you haven't used too much product. Hairstyle number three on the long hairstyles list is the half-up ponytail, another personal favorite of mine. This is another hairstyle that takes a bit of courage to pull off, but if you spend the time to get it right, it can look really stellar and pretty much suits any occasion, whether it's like a dinner date, a cocktail party, a wild night out. This style can definitely attract attention, and not just on Tinder. Also, just before I move on to the medium length hairstyles, I did just quickly want to mention that we've linked a bunch of resources relating to other men's hairstyles and hair care routines in the description box for you, okay? So if you're interested in that, make sure you check them out after watching this video. Now, moving on to our medium hairstyles. So hairstyle number one on the medium list is the Messy Slickback, very similar to the one that we see on Joe from Blue Man. This style seems to be the most popular right now, and I would probably say that's because it looks great and it's also really easy to do. I do remember rocking this hairstyle during my hair growth journey. It was one style that actually looked good and I didn't mind wearing during the awkward stages. Here's a little picture if you want to have a look at that. And all you really need to do for this hairstyle is brush all your hair back, straighten it if you've got really wild hair, and then use a bit of gel or pomade, and voila. You've got a great look that hardly took any effort. It's a really, really good deal. Moving on to hairstyle number two on the medium list is the casual side part. So this style is really neat and requires obedience, which is why my hair has never been able to benefit from a style like this, because it's just too psycho and it's just too unruly. So this style does look fantastic though for formal events like weddings or a gig where you have to meet the parents or anywhere you need to make a good impression. Along with obedience, this style also requires a lot of maintenance, so do not be surprised if you go ahead with this, that you find yourself at the barbershop quite frequently getting touch-ups. keeping the sides of this hairstyle short can keep the whole look intact and looking schmick while adding more volume and keeping it looking really alive. Medium hairstyle number 3 on the list is the Faux Hawk. Oh yeah, the Faux Hawk. This style is indeed making a comeback, so if you're one of those guys who is still looking for a style that's going to work for you, then you better crack open the hair gel and prepare that Dyson, because if you do this style right, it can look very cool as well. A little tip for the Faux Hawk though, you might want to make sure you're getting an all-round trim for this one to keep it looking schmick. It is one of the shorter medium hairstyles on the list, but it's still long enough to classify as a medium hairstyle, and it does require a bit of precision maintenance as well. Now moving on to medium hairstyle number 4, which is the Pompadour. So this is probably one of my favorite men's hairstyles ever. This look it just screams, yes, I take pride and effort in my appearance, and I am not afraid to show it, which I definitely like. The Pompadour hairstyle is a little bit similar to the Messy Slickback, except it's just higher, it's neater, and it takes far more effort in terms of shaping and product usage to get right. And this hairstyle might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it definitely is someone's shot of whiskey. It's my shot of whiskey. I've never been able to perfect it myself, but you know, I commend any men that have been able to pull this one off successfully. I think it looks really, really good. Now, moving on to our short men's hairstyles. So the first style on the list is the Buzzcut. If you've A, got a round or oval face, and B, don't have a lot of time to spend on your hair in the morning, then this hairstyle is definitely going to be the one for you. It's simple, it's quick, and it's bold. However, take it from me, growing your hair out does take a really long time, so before you go through with a buzz cut, really make sure you consider your options before you go through with this hairstyle, because once it's gone, okay? Just keep that in mind. It does look good, but you've got to take things into account. Now moving on to the second short hairstyle. So the second short hairstyle is the crew cut. This is also another great option if you don't want to spend copious amounts of time in the mirror in the morning. It's not as full on as the buzz cut, but you still have a little bit of hair to play with in case you feel like adding a bit of character, using a bit of product. If you want to switch it up, it's great for that. You can also get really tricky with the sides, like you can incorporate a fade to make it look good, or if you want to ask your barber to do some fancy line work, if they're clever enough, that can also really bring out some character in this hairstyle as well. And now for our final hairstyle on the list, we've got the high and tight style. So this hairdo is the in-betweener of the buzz cut and the crew cut. And I really think this style exudes that you mean business and you take no prisoners. It's a strong hairstyle and it's really best suited for guys who have a really defined jawline. So that just definitely is not me at all. And that brings us to the end of today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and let us know what your favorite hairstyle on this list was. And also, if you're interested in seeing some other videos from Tiege Hanley on skincare, make sure you click here. Or if you want to learn a little bit more about Tiege Hanley and their other products, you can click here. And lastly, if you haven't already subscribed, what the hell are you waiting for? Click here or somewhere. There should be a subscribe button nearby. I'm Thomas in Action, and I'll see you next time, okay? Goodbye!